Hello, my loves. I'm Andrea, and welcome to Life as I Know It. If you're interested in making some fun and easy DIYs, this is the place for you. So if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. A lot of the products that we use here are from the dollar store, if not the majority. So if you like decorating your home and you like making items yourself, this is the place for you. And if you want to give them away for gifts, this is also the place for you. So with that being said, let's jump into my wonderland behind me and let's get to craft. Now, I found this little crate right here in Michael's in the little wooden section when you're leaving out a checkup, and it was 97 cents, I think. And then the paint is that gold paint that I love from Target, and that is usually $2.97 or $3.97. Now we're going to set this up when we're done. So if you don't want to, you don't have to paint the bag. Depending where you're going to put this at in your house. If not, just take one coat of paint and paint the bag. Now once we have our box painted, we're going to move on to our next item, which we got from Shore Living, which is a new collection at the dollar store, and we're going to paint a starfish. And like I said, this is gold 30K, and I did get that from Target. We're just going to dry brush a little paint over our starfish just to give it a little gold tint, or just maybe like the color of sand. Now we're going to use 2 of the tumbling blocks from the dollar store to make a stand. We're just going to put some hot glue on the back of it. We're going to put one to the side. I'm sorry I didn't show you. And then the one to hold it. I'll turn it around so you can see it. Those tumbling blocks at the dollar store come in handy. If you see, especially if you find the 72 or 74 pack, grab it. You will not regret that. I took one of the tumbling blocks, laid it flush against the bottom of the stand, and then I took the other one, turned it the opposite way, and put it right on top of the other tumbling block, and that's how you have your little kickstand. So after that, all we're going to do is hot glue our starfish to our box, and then we're done with this DIY. I got these picture frames from the art decor section, so we're going to just take them apart now. I have 3 pieces that are black and the front is gray, so we're just going to paint that, so that's no big deal. There are 3 screws that are holding these 2 pieces together, so we're going to get our little screwdriver, take them out, and just put the screws to the side because we're not going to need them for this project. And now that we have our 4 pieces, we're just going to pop those little tags off so it comes off real easy. And we're going to put them aside. We're just going to use some black ink from Waverly. You can use any paint. It doesn't have to be Waverly. Also, you can paint this any color that you want. Since the 3 other pieces was black, I just went with black, but you know these window panes come in 4 different colors. So now we're just going to start gluing our window panes together now that we have the one painted black. And we're just going to line them aside. And what I'm going to do is take the 2 front pieces will be on opposite side of each other, and then the back pieces will be the other way since the front piece is a little thicker. Now we don't have to worry about the glue because we're just going to take some more of that black paint and go over any of the glue, any of the cracks, and just paint it black. I took fun packs that I got from the dollar store and I painted them black, and what we're going to do is use them to fill in the holes. So just a little hot glue and put your thumbtack right over that hole. Now we're going to make little bows. Then I got this ribbon from Michael's. I think it was $1.99, but they had it marked down for $1. So I grabbed a couple different ribbons. So we're going to cut our ends, and then we're going to make our little cheap bow, is what I like to call it. We just put some hot glue at the end, fold it over, then we press it down, put a little bit more glue, and that's the one part of our bow. And then we're just going to take another piece, put a little glue there, wrap it around, and then that will cover our bow. And now we're going to make ends for the bow. We're just going to cut a piece. We're going to twist it, add a little glue to the back of it, and then we'll have our tails to the bow. And now we're just going to take our scissors and cut the ends of our bow. And once we're done, we're going to need 3 bows in total. Now, I got these flowers from Walmart for 50 cents. I know I said I'm going to stop buying flowers, but I always go over there and check when I'm in the store, and you cannot beat that for 50 cents. So we're going to use this to make a wreath on top of our sign. Now we're just going to take some hot glue and we're going to glue our little pieces of flour to our sign. I'm going to take my little clamper and use that to hold the piece down while it dries and to hold it in place while I continue to put the other pieces of flour on our sign. And now we're going to add our sign to the front of our window pane, and then we're just going to turn it over, and we're going to add our bows to the other 3 window panes. Now I'm going to take this black pedestal that we got from the dollar store, and then I'm going to use one of the candle holders. I have not seen these in the dollar store in a long time. I got that out of my stash. And then I'm going to use one of the flashing lights. You can put a candle inside, but I'm just going to do the flashing light. And we are now done with this DIY. I had already started painting this before I realized that my camera was not recording. I got this tray from the dollar store, and I'm using white Waverly paint. I took 4 of the teaser blocks and painted them white already. Now, once everything was dry, I'm going to go ahead and start putting our pearls. I got this little pack in the Crafted Squares section hanging off a tag. Now, it came with glue. Throw the glue away. Unless you don't have any other glue, don't open it, throw it away. You get that glue on your hands. I had to stop. I used nail polish remover, Glue Be Gone to get that glue off my hands. Throw that mess away, or wear rubber gloves. And as you can see, all I'm doing is taking the pearls and outlining the wood. So I'm just doing an outline of the whole tray with the little pearls. Now that we have our pearls attached to our tray, we're just going to take some white paint and we're going to cover the pearls with the paint. A good 2 coating should take care of it. Once everything was dry, we're just going to take a little hot glue and add it to our little pieces of wood, and we're going to give our tray some legs. Now, I've been holding on to these stickers for a while, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to put one of these stickers in there. So I chose Fashion, since this is a little tray, and they're very easy. Cut them out, lay them down, and just either take your thumb or something and rub it down and peel the sticker right off. And once we get our little plastic up off our sticker, we are done with this DIY. For this DIY, we're going to use one of our leftover Christmas tags. We're just going to take the twine off. Now, as I peeled this, something said, why didn't you just go get your heater gun and get this tag off? Because sometimes you can peel these tags off with no problem, and then sometimes it takes forever. So we're going to get it off. So now that we have it off, we're going to use some Celery by Waverly. You can use whatever paint you like in whatever color. I just decided to use celery because we seem like we use a lot of white paint. So we're just going to switch it up, and we're going to paint the tag. Like I said, this celery green. We're going to paint both sides of the tag, and once we have that done, we're going to let it dry before we move on to our next step. And now we're going to add some painter's tape so that we can make our stripes. And now we're going to take our white paint and we're going to paint in between the painter's tape. I did 2 coats of paint. If you want your stripe to continue, then don't forget to paint on the side. And once we're done with that, we'll let it dry. Now that everything is dry, we're just going to take our painter's tape off, and look how wonderful the painter tape works. It just comes right off our tag with no issues. I'm just going to take our little Santa block and just go over our tag with it a couple of times. Now we're going to add some beads to our tag. So I got these beads from Amazon. You can find beads, but not a whole lot in a package like this from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but I think it was cheaper just to get them on Amazon. So I did 2 different sizes. Now with the twine, what I did was put it through with a little loop and then took the longer part of string and came it back. And that's how I was able to get it on the tag. You can do it that way, or you can just take it and make a knot and tie it. And like I said, the beads are 2 different sizes, so all I'm going to do is thread the beads through the twine. And this twine did come with the package. Now I'm going to have to apologize here because somehow we missed me showing you the bleed that I used, which is a rub-on decal that I got from the dollar store. The dollar store does have a couple of word decals that you can use where they just put a lot of words on their stickers, which is great for people like us that do not own a Cricut. I've also seen rub-on words decals at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Walmart. So definitely look, and you can always use stickers too if you cannot find the rub-on words. Now, you don't have to use these beads. Use whatever beads and what size that you want to use. And also remember that the dollar store does sell beads in different colors. So if you want to add a little color to your tag, you can do that. Once I have the last bead on there, I'm going to tie a double knot to secure the beads, but I'm going to hold on to the end of that twine before we cut it off. Now, I got this yarn from the dollar store. It is 100% cotton. It's really soft, and I thought it would just add a little color to it, just not a lot. So, in hindsight now, I really wish I would just use twine because the yarn wasn't really thick, but I think it was too thick for what we were trying to do, and it really didn't lay that way I think the regular twine would have laid. Now, you know, dollar store does have all different types of twine. They have the color twine, and then they have the natural. Now we cut the end of our yarn, And like I said, we've done this many times because this is our little cheat bow. We slide it down some. You take the one end that's hanging out and you loop it through your hand and you pull on it. And then you take the other end and just pull it all together and tie a knot. Now we're going to take our tassel and we're going to connect it to our bead. So all we're going to do is take that extra yarn that we had left over and we're going to tie it to the twine. And once we have that nice and secure, then we're going to cut the extra twine and yarn away. Now we're just going to take our scissors, we're going to cut our tassel, and we're going to make sure that all our yarn is nice and trimmed and even. Now that our tassel is nice and neat and trimmed, I decided to take one of the little dry flowers that I had in my stash and just add it on there. So just use a little hot glue and we're going to attach our flower. Once our flower is attached to our tag, we are done with this DIY. Well, my loves, that is the end of our fun and easy DIYs. Which one was your favorite? Are you going to try to make any of them? Leave me a comment. Let me know if there's something that you would like for me to try to make. As always, thank you for stopping by and spending time with me. You are truly appreciated. Like I said, share my video with someone you think they would like it. Also, subscribe to my channel so you can go on this journey with us. And you hit that notification button. Every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Have a blessed day. Remember, it costs nothing to be kind. And we will see you in our next video.